you give birth, make sure that you are mentally prepared for looking like this, especially on days when you're not going to work. The only reason you probably look good is when you're going to work or you have to hang out. But you know that they prepare to look like this. Anyways, hello beautiful mamas, how you doing? How's the week? How was your weekend? What fun activities did you guys do on your weekend? And I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead. I'm making this video without having to have taken my bath. And why? Why? Because I'm not going to work today. I'm not going to work today. And because I was so tired that the minute I woke up, the only thing I can do was to bathe my baby and change his diaper, and that's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing this morning. That's what we're doing right now. Like, judge me. I'm way too exhausted. I'm tired. But for now, just this early morning right now, my energy is on a down low. So I'm making this video because I just want to talk about. I figured I've actually spoken about childbirth, but I've not actually talked about my experience. I've talked about the modes, the methods to childbirth, but I've not really talked about my own labor experience. Or more like I've not even really talked about it in depth. I need to rejuvenate my face, at least look like a decent human being. Please. Anyways, I've been feeling some type of discomfort for like 2 3 days at my back, and it's been irritating. It wasn't a discomfort that was enough for me to rush to the hospital, but more like ah this again kind of pain. And during my pregnancy journey, I think I said it in my previous video that my mom was with me all through my pregnancy journey. She was the one who was like, okay, you know what, with this kind of discomfort, you just have to go to the hospital. She knew better. I guess she knew. She already knew that I was in labor, but she didn't want to tell me. And I like the fact that she didn't tell me, because I guess if she had told me, I would have frozen up. Because despite the fact that I've been told what to do while in labor and other stuff, I still wasn't somehow mentally prepared for what was to come. So she was able to convince me to go for a walk. Now, from this walk, she decided, okay, what about we just go to the hospital already outside? Let's go to the hospital, and we did that. We went to the hospital, and by the time I got there, I still wasn't feeling any trigger warning. I wasn't feeling anything that would trigger me, that would make me feel like, okay, maybe this baby's coming or not. A midwife came to check me, and she was like, okay, you cannot go home anymore. And I had to be admitted to the hospital. Why? Because I was already at 8 centimeters. So my mom had to go back home to get my baby stuff. And yes, I would say it's advisable that once you're like at 29, 30 weeks, please start getting your baby stuff. Even earlier than that, it's never too early to get your baby stuff. So I was actually in labor for 6 hours, 7 hours. And where I was actually feeling happy that I wasn't feeling the labor pain, I felt I could actually give birth to the baby without the pain. And I was already feeling like I was one of God's favorite women, you know. I've seen some videos where the women are like, they didn't even know they were in labor until they got to the hospital, and like about an hour later, they gave birth. So I was kind of hoping that this was something that would happen to me as well. But life. Life had a different thing for me. I was having mild contractions and they needed a strong one. I I was given an intravenous drip, and that somewhat helped with the contraction. And boy, was my contraction was about to make me one mad for real. It started out easy, and I was thinking, okay, okay, if this is how it is, then this is easy peasy. I'm gonna get this like, that was a lie. 20-30 minutes tops. I was already feeling the discomfort. I was still talking, okay? I was still talking with the midwives and all the stuff. But as the labor pain progressed, I stopped talking. I was just gripping the. I was just gripping my laps, my thighs. I was eating my head. I was like, oh no, like I did this to myself. The pain progressed, and I kept screaming at this point. I was screaming at some point. I kept screaming and trying to control my screams, but you cannot necessarily tell me to control that shit. That thing was painful. It was painful. It was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life, and there was nothing I could do about it. No epidural, nothing. So I'm sorry if I'm screaming. And I was just saying gibberish. I was praying. I was telling the midwives they did not understand the pain I was going through. Imagine, I was telling the midwives that they don't understand. Midwives that they've given birth that they don't understand what I'm going through. I was asking for my mom, but my mom they denied that request, which was sad because I needed her energy, I needed her strength in that labor room, but I didn't get it. But it's all well and good. I started peeing a lot. I was peeing a lot on the labor bed. I was peeing a lot, but thank God I had the underlay pad there. So I was peeing a lot. I felt the urge to actually do number two, but the urge will come and it will go. It will come, it will go, it will come, it will go, it will come, it will go. I'm like, what the hell? And that was what I was doing for basically 6 hours. Peeing. I was peeing. And that urge was coming and going, coming and going. Then eventually, at one point, the mucus plug came out, and I felt okay. Yes, okay, we're close to doing it. We're close. We're close. No, it was a lie. We're not close at all. I wasn't close one bit. I had a black bonnet on like this one, but not with this style. I ripped that out of my head, and I was on my natural hair, and I was just scratching my hair. I was scratching my hair, my scalp. I was about to run mad in short. Imagine, look at the way my lips are dark. I guess I need to start treating myself better. I I'm down with malaria. Yes, it has fully shown on my lips that something is wrong. AA people, AA, we sick of this malaria shit for real. Anyways, so where was I? Midwives were telling me to push anytime I feel that contraction come. I should push, but not too strong, not too much. Just push a little to help the baby keep pushing and to help the baby keep coming down towards the birth canal. And also at some point I was like, this baby cannot be telling me that he's looking for a way to come out. There's only one path. There's only one path down there. There's only one path. So start coming out. At some point, I even told them to perform an episiotomy for me because I wanted that baby out. But I was told that it would be way more painful than, it would be so painful. And I felt, okay. And the reason I actually request for an episiotomy, I felt that, okay, since the baby was like 8 centimeters, they could, put the end in there and probably try to pull him out. Because I was already sick of the pain. I was already tired. I felt the midwife kept reminding me, I just have to be patient, okay? Anytime I try to get up, they won't let me get up anyways. I would try to get up, they won't let me, okay, let me sit. No. I would probably sit on the baby's head. Okay, what am I going to do? You guys are not giving me any painkillers. I need this baby out, and you guys are not doing nothing about it. That was how I was feeling. I was like, you guys should do something. Hell, it got to a point I was opting for a surgery. I felt okay. You know what? At this point, perform a cesarean section because I cannot do this anymore. But of course, they didn't perform that shit. As time would go by, I felt the extreme urge to actually do number two, and by then, the baby's head was already closer than we actually thought. And thank God my midwives were actually nearby to quickly catch him, because as soon as the urge came, his head was coming, and his head would come out a little, retract back, and come out a little bit more, and retract back, and then come out. And but with the last contraction, both the head and the entire body came out, like it was boom. And that was how my baby came to this world. Okay, and the placenta was cut, and the midwife took my baby to go clean him up. And after they waited for the placenta, and the placenta came out, I think, like about 2 minutes after, honestly. And from there, as soon as they were done cleaning me up and packing down there to make sure I do not bleed all over the floor, all over my dress, I walked to where my baby was by myself. So I carried my baby, and I tried persuading him, and he only latched on for a little while and just went back to sleep, because my boy had a really hectic journey. It was a one hectic journey. And for me, it was the following morning. That's when I actually knew that I had a tear. Here I am, alive and well, taking care of my baby. And that's the end of my labor experience. And honestly, whenever I remember the pain, I do not really think that I would be able to confidently say that I'm ready for another one. I keep remembering that pain, and I keep remembering the sensation I felt when my baby was about to come out, and I was like, people that be telling women that the minute you give birth, you forget. Nah, I didn't forget this shit. I still haven't forgotten it. Months now, I have not forgotten it. I'm still traumatized. Mothers, our mothers, y'all should be like, okay, you're going to go crazy in the labor bed, in the labor room. You're going to go crazy. You're going to want to tear your midwives into pieces. You're going to want to, but no, you're going to be like, yeah, you'll be fine. As if. Well, anyways, that's the end to my own labor experience, story, and I hope that every woman out there that is preparing to go into labor. Now, I'm not telling this story to scare any pregnant woman out there. I'm just saying the truth right now. Okay, it's different for everybody. Please, and please go to your antenatal. Okay, listen to whatever your midwives or doctors. Use your routine medications. I only pray that you come out of that labor room safe and sound, okay, with your baby in your arms, okay, with your baby alive and well, perfectly healthy, and you healthy as well. Probably you're gonna need to recover the blood loss and the fluid and everything that you lost, but still it's important that you guys are okay, and I pray that you are okay. I pray that you will be with each and every one of you. And that is the end of this video. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye bye.